Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Valerie. I'm glad you guys made it today. So, I'm doing been a month. It's been about a month that I have been doing a debt-free, money-saving lifestyle. I'm working towards being debt-free. I'm not debt-free yet. I have implemented a lot of things. If you've seen some of my a couple other videos about how I'm saving money, what things I've cut costs on, and that kind of thing. And if you're wondering how I'm doing and how it's been working, I want to tell you about it because I'm super stoked. So stick around for that. But first, let's do some little bit of housekeeping. So if you're new here, guys, I do a lot of home type videos, home fragrance, including like wax melts. I do also like what I've been wearing type videos as far as fragrance, body mist and shower gels that I'm using, and body lotions and perfumes and those kind of things. And I'm doing money saving tips, how you can save money and how you can become debt free. So if you're interested in a lot of that kind of thing, and I'm doing some collection videos too. I have like wax videos. I've got your collections. I have Bath and Body Works collections, perfume collections. I also have like eyeshadow palette collections as well that I'd like to start getting filmed too. I haven't been able to get a lot of that started filming because I have had so much going on lately, guys. And guys, I am losing the hearing out of my left ear. And I have to have an MRI done on this ear at the end of this month. So I asked for your prayers that everything's okay. The ENT thought he wants to rule out that there's no like benign growth in my ear area, in the ear area that may be pressing up against the nerve to the ear, causing hearing loss. He can't see anything inside that's making me lose my hearing. So, yeah, he's going to be checking all, they want to do that. So I scheduled it. I'm hoping I can go through with it. I'm waiting for pre-authorization from my insurance company. And then I got to see how much it's going to cost me. Because those things are expensive. And I know I don't have just like a copay for it. So I'm going to, depending on if I can make payments on it or not. If I can't make payments on it, then I'm going to have to just put it off until I can come up with the cash to do it. But anyway, it'll all work itself out. I've been praying, for, God's guidance and asking him that if I really do need to have it done, then enable me to have it done, and help me financially with that. And if I don't need to have it done, and I really don't want to have it done and kind of waste the money, then, please show me that I really don't need to have it done. If I don't have it done, or if there is no growth in there, then the ENT said that really the only thing we can do is I have to have a hearing aid, and then I have to see him once a year for ear cleanings. So that's the plan at this point in time. But I did read up about some hearing aids, and they said if you really, catch it sooner than later, it can help slow down the progression of hearing loss. So that's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, so let's get into this video, guys. So the first good news is I cut my utility costs in half, guys. The only utilities that I really have, I have gas and electric, which that comes together as one bill. I have phone, which is just one. And I don't have a landline. I just have a cell phone. And my trash service. I don't have cable. I don't have Netflix. I don't have any of that kind of stuff. I don't have internet here at home. I don't have wireless. I just use the internet off of my phone, which is like mobile data type thing. And that's all I ever use. Yeah, I don't have, like I said, I don't have cable. I don't have satellite. I don't have any of that kind of stuff. So that's my three bills for my utilities. I don't have water and sewer because I have a well and septic. So, yeah. Anyway, so my electric bill was just going astronomical. And our utility company is called NIPSCO. It's called Northern Indiana Service something company. Northern Indiana Service Provider something of Indiana, something like that. Anyway, so our rates have increased, and everybody has been complaining about how high our bills have gotten. They've gotten almost like higher, like 50%. Some people higher than 50%. And so I have really worked hard. I don't know if you saw my other video about all the things that I was doing to get my electric bills down. I was cutting out everything. I was unplugging everything. I was doing like full loads of laundry, cold water only. I even did the quick washes, on clothes that weren't like super, heavy duty soiled, which most of my clothes aren't, and it's just me. So I was doing quick washes. I changed using my sensor. I'm using my air sensor in my dryer rather than timing it, just using the time so that when the dryer senses that it's dry, it shuts off. And that's been working out really well for me. I got rid of my, I still have the freezer, but I unplugged the freezer, and everything that was in the freezer, I moved out in here to my refrigerator freezer. And so I've done away with my deep freeze in the garage. And I still have the freezer, but I figured that was kind of maybe using some money. I unplugged my dehumidifier. I've not been using that. I changed my water heater temperature down to 120. I have been keeping my thermostat set at 73 or 74. In cooler days, I have been shutting my air off and opening the windows and letting the cool air come through. And then before it gets too hot, I shut the windows down and close my curtains to keep the sunlight out. There's all kinds of things I have been doing. So if you want everything that I've been doing, watch that other video. So, guys, I got my bill, my first bill, since I've been cutting everything down and everything back. The first month my utilities went up to $252. And I was like, oh my gosh. Because I've lived here almost 10 years, and out of the 10 years that I lived here, the highest bill that I got either in the summer or in the winter was never over $130 for a whole month. That was for gas and electric, both. And yeah, it was never, in the wintertime for heat and for the summertime air conditioning, $130. And it went up to $252. I about crapped. Because I am single income, and I was not expecting that. I didn't even know the rates were going to increase. And it was just, I couldn't believe it. I just was like, oh my gosh, out of nowhere. And so I've been struggling, So, anyway, the second month, I kind of was playing around with unplugging a few things here and there, and trying to really start watching my usage a little bit, and it only went down to 240, like 242. But the third month, after that bill, I really got on it, and I really was doing all those things I was just talking to you about. And the bill came in, and I got my utilities. Now, this is gas and electric. I got it down to 119, I think 54. From 242, it was 252, 242, down to 119.54. So I cut that sucker in half. I was so proud and so happy and thrilled. And I'm trying to maintain that, and kind of maybe even thinking it might drop down a little bit lower, because the freezer I hadn't gotten, I think it was, I only got it like unplugged 2 weeks before, like halfway into the billing. So it may even drop a little more. But I don't know. It's been hot again, so I've had to run my air a little bit more than what I had been. So I'm praying for cooler weather. I don't want it to be super cold where I have to use my furnace, but I'm praying for a little bit cooler weather to where I can shut the air off and not use the air at all. And I've had quite a few days that I've been able to do that. So anyway, so that was good news. So it is possible to do that, guys. So if you're struggling with high, electric and gas bills, just start watching videos out here on YouTube and finding money saving ideas and then implement them, guys. It's not been that hard to do, and it's just getting in the habit of turning the light off when I leave the room, not leaving this light on all night, choosing light fixtures that only have one light bulb instead of three. Those kind of things help add up too. Unplugging everything unless you're using it. I haven't even been unplugging my TV. On my weekends, I haven't even been using my TV much. So that's all that stuff helps. It all adds up. So that was the first good news. Second good news is I did change my phone service. Now, I do prepaid service because I just don't like to have the bill and have to pay it and all that. And, and I know with the prepaid, I know what it's going to be every month, no problem. Now, I've been with Straight Talk forever, and I was paying $50 a month for unlimited data, talk, and text, and 5 gig and all that stuff. And I was like, 50, that's, it wasn't bad because it's the only phone I had. But I'm really trying to crack down. And so I seen that I could get a better deal with Boost Mobile that if I switch. So if you switched, the first 2 months is $10 each month, the first 2 months. And then the third month, it'll go up to $25, and that's $25 the rest. And it is unlimited data, talk, text, and 5G network. And the only thing is that my data is at high speed for the first 30 gigs, and then after that, it slows down. Now, I did run out of the 30 gig. Excuse me. And it has slowed down. But, it's not that bad. I mean, I'm still getting everything wet. It's just like I gotta wait a little bit longer to get it. No big deal. On the 6th, it'll replenish automatically, and I'm gonna be good to go again. So what I've been doing is when I go to work, I can use the wireless at work. So I clicked off my mobile data at work. But sometimes I've kind of forgotten to do that. So this next go around, I'm gonna be more mindful to do that and to save my mobile data for when I'm home and I don't have access to wireless. And when I'm at work, just use the wireless instead. So if you want to check out that, so basically I cut my phone bill in half once again. So what? I'm saving $120 on my electric and another $25 a month on my phone. So that's what, $145 a month, guys, it's in my pocket that wasn't in my pocket that was going out. So that's a big chunk. You multiply that by 12, and that's a big chunk of money right there. That's over $1,000. So it's like $1,200 and almost $1,800 maybe. So yeah, that's a big chunk. So start implementing, start looking around and see what you can do. Call your carriers, call your phone carriers, see if they can give you a better deal. Check around if you do prepaid. And since I did switch everything over to Boost Mobile, now I'm finding some other ones that are even cheaper. They're like $15 a month. And I was going, I wish I'd have kind of, dialed in on that. But I'm kind of maybe thinking after this the second introductory month of 11, maybe I might want to change to something else that is going to be $15 a month. But I don't know how much data that includes, high-speed data. I don't really want to go much lower than 30 because 30 is really not getting me by. And I don't want to have slow data for a week or so. I don't care. But for the majority of the month, I don't want that. So it may be worth just to stay with Boost Mobile for the moment. So anyway, that's an option. And if you're thinking, I don't want to have slow speed, blah, 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 blah. It's all about sacrifice, guys. If you want to get anywhere in life, you got to sacrifice. You got to give up some place to make up for somewhere else. That's just life, and the better you get at sacrificing and the easier life becomes. You know, you don't get stressed out about it and all that kind of thing. And so, yeah, I have not really been stressed about this. I have been kind of relieved. So, anyway, moving on. The third item was my trash service. My trash service I've had for over 10 years. And it's just gotten progressively more and more expensive. It was $24 a month when I moved here, and it's one of those single, one of their can things, you know, that the truck lifts up, and it's not a little one. It's a good size one, and it's one of those every week that gets dumped, and that's it. And so it's just gotten progressively higher and higher and higher to where it was finally like $57? Got up to like $57, I think. Maybe 59, somewhere around there. So I've been seeing people on Facebook saying, you know, that they got a hold of the company because the company sold out to another company. And so, but they got a hold of the company and they just asked for a better rate and they got a better rate. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do that. So I tried calling them, could not get through. They're not answering their phone. Left a message. Of course, they never called me back. And so then I found a form on their website. So I filled the form out and told them that I really wanted my due date to be different because they switched my due date when they changed this billing. And they changed it from the 15th to the 5th. And that just threw me all off because, you know, I wanted it for after my second paycheck of the month so that it would be easier for me to pay and budget for it. And so I asked for that to be changed back to the 15th. And I also told them I've been a very good customer and that I'm seeing other people talk about how they've lowered their rates and they've gotten better rates. And I said, you know, what can you do for me? You know, I need a better rate. And so I didn't think I'd hear back from them. And within a few hours, they emailed me back, guys, and said that they couldn't change my due date because of their system, but they would lower my rate from like $57 down to $24. So for only a year, and after a year, then I'm subject to rate increases. But I thought, hey, that's better than nothing. You know, that's better. That's half price or over half price for a year. And hopefully maybe I can find a new service before then that's cheaper. But anyway, and if I don't, at least I've saved some money. And I don't think they'll jack me right up to $57 again. I think they'll gradually boost me up there again. And then about that time, I'll, you know, say, hey, I need a better rate. And see what happens at that point. But anyway, so that's another, $25, $30 a month. I'm going to say 27, or we'll say 27. So on top of the 140, was it 145, 120? Yeah, 145, let's say 150, 60, 170 right there. Yeah, 170, like 172. That's almost $200 a month I'm saving, guys. So I got all my utilities cut in half just by, you know, trying to, you know, as far as utilities, really cutting back on my usage. And the other two by just, you know, finding different service with my phone, finding a different service that could give me a better rate. And with my trash, just saying, hey, I want a discount. You know, I've been a good customer for many years, and you know, you're giving other people cuts. I want to cut, and so check that out and do that, guys. That's some ideas that I hope that might help you in the future. So things are going well. I've stuck to budget. I have got my budget done for September. I did my budget for October. I really stuck to budget. The only time I've kind of walked out of my budget is for picking up like some things at the grocery store that I needed for like food, because I did not understand that I needed to budget strictly like a certain amount of money for food. And so to me, groceries, I budgeted money in there, but over half of it went for like, you know, toilet paper and dog food and cat food and kitty litter and all that kind of stuff. So that ate up my food budget, but I had learned that since then, the kitty litter and all that kind of stuff needs to be budgeted separate from my groceries. And I really should be spending anywhere from like 200 to, most people say at least two for a single person, at least $225 to $300 per person in your home. Yeah. So for food only, and I didn't do that. So, and I can really tell that I did fall short on my groceries, and I was having to purchase more things for groceries to get through the month. So I purposely budgeted differently. The second month coming up here, in this is for October, than what I did for September. But other than that, I think I did really, really well at budgeting. I'm still struggling, but I'm hopefully going to be able to pay at least one debt off this month in October. I'm going to try real hard to get two paid off. I have two that have really low balances, and I really am going to try to get both of them paid off, but I'm not sure yet. It depends once again what my NIPSCO comes in at. I got it budgeted a little bit higher than what it was last month, just to make sure that if the usage does come in a little bit higher, that I'm covered. And then I budgeted for something that was actually lower than what I expected, so I kind of make adjustments with that as well. So anyway, get the budgeting app EveryDollar. That's what I'm using, or any free budgeting app online. There's a lot of them, but I'm using Dave Ramsey's EveryDollar, and I really like it. I did get the free version. I didn't pay for the premium. If you want to, you can, but I'm not doing that. So there we have it. So there we have it. And I know exactly how much I'm in debt for. And what my figures are, I actually, credit-wise, through my Capital One account, gives you can go on there and click on it, and you can get like your free credit, score, and you can shows you your credit, what's being reported on your credit. And I did that, and their figures of how much I was in debt for and my figures pretty much matched up. They were pretty close. So it was interesting to see, and my credit wasn't as bad as I thought it was. My credit score is not the best, and I think it's because of my credit utilization is too high. I need to get that down a little bit more. So anyway, I'm working towards getting everything paid off. So hopefully that's going to be a plus soon. So anyway, if you guys have any comments and ideas and suggestions of things that I've not come up with yet, put them down in the comments, whether it's money saving, tips, if there's something I need to check out online, if there's somebody I need to watch. I watch Dave Ramsey a lot, and I watch Caleb Hammer from Financial Audit. I love that show. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Now, he's not for the faint of heart, because he is very kind of harsh, and he's straightforward, and he doesn't mess around, and he does use vulgar language. So if that's something you don't want to watch, then don't. But they bleep out a lot of the vulgarity. They his cussing. They bleep that all out. So, but it's a really good show. I've learned quite a bit watching him. He's very smart, and he overall is trying to help people. Even though, and it's comical. It is comical. So it puts a fun twist on financial stuff, and you'll learn a lot. It's really important for us to learn and to take care of ourselves financially. I didn't realize how serious it was until recently, and we really need to watch our money, and not be spending all the time. And that's why I don't want my channel to be all about spending, and I don't want my channel to give you guys FOMO, because I watched a lot of videos and channels out there that does give me FOMO, that, oh my gosh, I want to get that. Oh, I gotta have that. And then I get exhausted and tiring. How am I going to pay for this? And I'll maneuver this around to pay for this and blah, blah. it's a never-ending cycle. And then you get all this stuff in, and then you're like, oh my gosh, it's so much work. So I've been feeling very freed and have had a lot more time. Haven't been near stressed. Yeah, and I've really been, creative on how to save money and being more choosy on where I spend my money as well, what I'm choosing to spend my money on. So that's also very important. So just wanted to check in with you guys that I'm doing great with that. Yeah, give me any ideas and suggestions down in the comments. And I'm going to get off here. And I will see you guys next time. And once again, if you're new, click the subscribe button. We'd love to have you. And for those of you who have done that, thank you guys so very, very much. And you guys take care. And may God bless each and every one of you. All right. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.